Welcome to Star Tarot. This is Leo's October 2018 reading. This message will not resonate with everyone. There is no way that it possibly could. So just pick up what I'm putting down that does and simply leave the rest. For any of you that are looking for some more details on your personal situation, that information is down below in order to obtain a personal reading. I always let you know that time is definitely non existent in the spiritual world. And of course, us as readers, we receive this information from the spirit world. So just know that some of these events may have already happened. They may flow through strongly the month of October and could possibly trickle into the first week or so of November. So always keep those things in mind. And Leo, we're just going to jump right into it. So, the first card that we did receive for your overall energy was the Moon card. Okay, so the Moon card is really exciting because the Moon card is the rebirth of an old idea. It's something that you may have considered in the past, and for some reason you are contemplating revisiting that idea. Now, because I have had time to reevaluate and meditate all of what your cards had to say, make sure that I was getting the message out properly, and making sure that I was seeing all of the messages here to be able to deliver to as many individuals as I could with as much detail as I could. I'm already knowing that this new idea is either a thought or idea that you have about love, and maybe you haven't really wanted to revisit the idea of love because there was some past hurt, some past disappointments. But now you're feeling like, maybe there is something inside of me that would like to revisit this. Maybe I've had enough time to heal or to contemplate or whatever the case may be. Now, for some of you Leos, there is a particular love interest or a particular relationship that you are deciding to revisit. Now, with the Moon card, it also represents a marriage of some kind. And when I say a marriage of some kind, it doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage that is a union between two individuals, but it could also represent a marriage of the physical and spiritual world within, in order for you to nourish this idea positively in terms of, in your case, Leo, in terms of the idea of love, or even, getting yourself together physically and spiritually in order to revisit this love interest, this past relationship, okay? So that is your overall energy. You definitely may start to think about this now, be open about this now, or there might be some things that are prompting you to think about this individual or to, like I said, rethink the idea of love. Now, the other card that you got, because you did get two cards, Leo, for the overall energy, is meditation. So that doesn't quite surprise me because in all of this, there is going to be a union, a marriage that we just discussed, with either within yourself in order to be whole, to deliver something to this individual, or to be whole within yourself, because there may be some imbalances. There is going to be a need to meditate on your own spiritual and physical well-being. And so right now, your inner self, your soul, is trying to communicate with you. And this is exactly why this idea that may have been put to rest is now being awakened within you. Your heart and your mind is yearning for this union, and maybe it's the union between yourself and your spirituality and coming into your own, or you could possibly be yearning for a particular relationship or a particular person that you buried, so to speak, mentally or emotionally. All right, and so right now you may be struggling to find the answer as to why is this idea or why is this person relationship on my mind. But in meditation, you will start to uncover the reasons why, and this will allow you to have a clear mindset in order to move forward positively in the next phase of your life. So that is your overall energy. A lot of awakeness, a lot of inner self awareness, and also putting this yearning or this desire to come into union within yourself or within, a relationship with someone else. Now, the cards do talk, and your focus is the relationship this month, or getting yourself together to be in a relationship. The universe is allowing you to know that this is something that is going to be a part of your life. And I know for some of us, once relationships may have crashed or burned, we may put to rest the idea of even, going that route again with someone. But for you, Leo, and I think I talked about this last month for your September reading, or maybe your weekend love reading for the month of September. Uh, you guys are known as Leo the Lovers. And so, with that being said, you do have an energy that does like to have some form of interaction, relationship, situationship, if you will, with another person. And so it's not usual for you to be alone or stay single for long or to even entertain another individual, because there is something within the Leo characteristic that either silently daydreams about love or a connection with another person, or really searches for some type of commitment when it comes to relationships. So um, the relationship card as your focus again is letting you know that if you are struggling in finding love or establishing a meaningful relationship, it might be worth checking on that particular relationship that you have with yourself. I think I've said this time and time again that we attract what we are. So if you're broken, a lot of times you will attract someone that is broken in some type of way. And so a lot of times we look at that as bond. Well, they have this going on and I had that going on, and so we really relate and we really bond. But sometimes those relationships fail because two people that are broken, they operate in dysfunction when it comes to love and it comes to relationship. And so a lot of times one person will start to heal or go on the journey to healing alone, and the other person is either left to continue in that dysfunction and that brokenness, or that person that leaves gets their things in order. They're taking the moon tree meditation seriously, and they become whole as a person, and that other person is not acknowledging that there is something that needs to take place. There's some healing, there's some inner self awareness, there's some accountability, and that person tends to come back when it's way too late. And so, there are some cases where, you guys can work through this dysfunction, but there needs to be, common ground, real collaboration and growing within yourself first, and establishing relationship later, or having that perfect balance to say, hey, I know this is what I need to work on, this is what you need to work on, and we can still have some communication, and we can even still share parts of our lives. But until we become whole within ourselves, we can't become a union, and that is the safest way in order for us to, not cut each other out of our lives. But unfortunately, the last case scenario doesn't tend to happen as much as the first scenario. So I just want to reiterate the importance of building this relationship with yourself, um, and really getting yourself up to par to the level and expectation that you would want the other person to be able to deliver for you. Because, whatever we are lacking within ourselves, we are going to find that lack within another individual, okay? And so we all need to transform in some way, shape, or form in order to, deliver something that is healthy and is whole, not only for yourself, but for the other person, and most importantly, as a union. So, Leo, I hope that part all makes sense to you. I know that that was a lot for an intro, but it is what it is. I do life coaching as well, and so, these are the things that I see every day, and, that is my advice, my personal advice for you. So, the Four of Pentacles is the first card that came out in recent past for you, Leo. So the Four of Pentacles talks about someone that might be closed off. They might be holding their heart back, to you, or to other individuals. Just might be a closed off person, period, because of the things that they have been through or fears that they have. This also can represent selfishness. This might be the idea that if I give my heart, I might get hurt like I did the last time, or this just could be a selfish energy that says what's mine is mine. And, this individual is definitely not someone that is open to commitment. Now, the Four of Pentacles in other readings can represent someone that is self improving or looking for, a way to improve their finances and become stable, that sort of thing. But in this reading, this simply represents someone that is closed off, someone that is selfish in a way, and sometimes being closed off because of the things that you have been through does come through as selfish sometimes if you're not willing and able to overcome that, or to even articulate, this is why I act this way because I'm afraid of getting hurt. Now, the Four of Pentacles could definitely be you, Leo. Now, a lot of times these readings can go vice versa. So that if this isn't you, this is the other individual that you are dealing with, which could be a Capricorn. You know that I don't like to give the cards any significance really when it comes to signs, because we do have our signs and our moon and our rising attributes that play into, who we are. So, but I'm going to say Capricorn. I will say it when I feel like it is something that will give a message to someone. So the Spirit says, do mention Capricorn. It will reach someone. It will mean something to someone. But again, this could be anyone, and it definitely can be you, Leo. Now, the Knight of Swords is an individual, and again, this could be you, Leo, or this could be someone that you're dealing with or was dealing with in the past. This energy here, and again, this could be male or female, is someone that is in and out when it comes to romance. One moment they're there and they're chilling with you and you guys are having a good time, good conversation, and then you don't hear from them for several days, weeks, or even months. This individual is pretty dysfunctional when it comes to being responsible and accountable for this in and out behavior. They really don't see anything wrong with it, and it could be because they are closed off emotionally or even selfish. But most importantly, they cause a lot of fires with this in and out activity, and they rarely take any type of accountability for the drama that may have caused in the relationship, or the hurt feelings that the other person may experience with this in and out behavior. All right. And so, again, Leo, this could be you because you are closed off, or because you are feeling, you know, that you don't want to open up, you don't want to get hurt. So I don't want to invest a lot of time and energy into this, even though I like this person, because now I will get attached and my feelings will get hurt. Or this could be the other individual. Now there could just be the possibility that in selfishness, this is what this Knight of Swords really wants. They don't want a commitment, they don't want responsibility, they don't want accountability. They're in it just to have fun, and when the fun is over, it's bye-bye, I'll see you next time. That sort of thing. So with the Devil energy here, this definitely does not shock me, being next to the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, because with the Devil energy, this energy shows codependency. So in this, there may be a codependency in the fact that although there is this in and out energy, again, vice versa, you or the other individual, and this is recent past, there's something about this person that is very tempting. The Knight of Swords is definitely someone that can be, really charming and very good looking, or there's something about them that is very pleasing to be around. And that causes you to want to be around them more, or them wanting to be around you more. And so there's codependency here. If this is someone that you're dealing with, you want to be around them more. And there is something that's making you feel very tied into the yearning to want to be around them, or again, vice versa. This could be you in the Knight of Swords behavior, and someone is really latching on to you because they're really mesmerized by you. Now, the other thing that the Devil card can represent is addictions. There could be an addiction that's involved here that has to do with drinking or other type of elements that are causing this person, whoever the Knight of Swords is, that is not allowing the emotions to show and is causing them to be in and out. Because if you are under the influence, you're emotionally not stable, and you're definitely not going to be consistent, especially if you don't want the other individual to know that this is an issue of yours. I do feel that the Devil energy is more so the temptation, the draw, the high that you get by being around this person, or you giving this vibe off to, the individual that is, open to you being around, and you are in and out. So there is a draw here. Now, this to me also represents that there might be some sexual addiction here between the two of you, or it could be that this person is in and out because they are under the spell of some type of sexual addiction. So maybe, it's liking the variety of possibilities here, is what I'm seeing. Now, when we move along to the present here, the Page of Swords is a representative of someone that's younger, or has like a younger tone to them. They're, kind of like that free young spirit there that just, no matter the age, they're kind of young-hearted there. But in this case, again, the Page of Swords is someone that is very charming. You love being around them. They have something that's so youthful and so fresh that it is really intoxicating to be around them. So when you're having the Knight of Swords, the Devil energy, and the Page of Swords, I'm seeing here that this is something that is very exhilarating. Like, it's very, it's a tough situation to break from. And the Devil card here in this deck doesn't show the traditional deck in tarot where the two individuals are chained together. There's this bond that they have in this temptation. It's because this is so deep, this is so heavy. There is a lot of chemistry here. Now, with the Page of Swords, though, this could also represent, intelligence or useful information. And I do feel like there needs to be, the reason why this is here in this particular reading is there needs to be some sort of intelligence that is used here, because this energy is definitely something that is toxic. This is not a situation that is built on something solid. It's built on a lot of delicious temptation, okay? And so it's time to get some intelligence here pertaining to this situation. Now, the Three of Cups, okay? This is definitely what I was describing here. The Three of Cups is third party situation here. Now, it can represent celebrations, but in this particular reading, this is third party activity here, Leo. So either you are part of a third party situation, or this individual that you are dealing with, because of this yearning for variety when it comes to options, is partaking in third party situations here. And this is why intelligence is needed at this point in time, because this is a situation of destruction. So if this is you, Leo, and you have been participating in this, being closed off emotionally, being in and out with an individual in particular, or it could be several individuals, and having this temptation to continue this behavior, you need to use some deeper intelligence here, and you will, that this third party situation is not something that you're going to want to take a gamble on anymore. And again, this could be the other individual, but I'm feeling that for some Leos, this is you, and I am feeling for others, this is someone they're dealing with, okay? So there is going to be a death to this situation. The death card really gives us insight that something is going to need to die or die down in order for a transformation to happen. Now, in this death or transformation is how I read this card. There is going to be someone that either, cuts this off or decides that they don't want to do this anymore. The reason why I say that is the Page of Swords in representing useful information, someone will find out about this third party situation. And if you look at this card here, this person is laying across the rock. It's like I've heard all of the things that I can, and the person standing behind them represents the person that has really put them through the meal, right? This is the individual that literally killed them emotionally. But in the photo, you'll see that there is light that is dawning down on the individual that just is like, oh my God, this is just emotionally killing me. And this is because there will be a transformation for this person, and possibly for the whole situation and for both parties involved. There needs to be a change here, and there will be, because balance needs to happen and balance will come. Again, the Two of Pentacles is something that symbolizes juggling more than one person, juggling more than one relationship. So we're seeing it side by side with the Three of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. But there is going to be a death to this third party situation, and there will be balance here. There will be no more juggling. This needs to come to rest because the juggling is just too much, okay? So in this, the good news is that through this transformation in the future, the Hierophant shows himself, which indicates commitments, indicates marriages. And when we go back to the moon tree, um, we're talking about nourishing an old idea, an idea that has been laid to rest. And we talked about marriage. This could be marriage or commitments to yourself and getting yourself together, or another individual. In this reading, though, I do feel like this is for both. I feel like there's going to be a greater commitment to yourself to say, hey, I'm no longer willing to participate in third party situations or toxic situations, you know. And so there is going to be that commitment to do better. You know, once you know better, you do better. Now, there might be a commitment that actually happens, you know, with two people, and, you know, there is work through this, because when you're no longer juggling, you're deciding to, you know, bring balance with one of these individuals, right? And so there will be a commitment that will be given to one of these individuals, you know. Or if this is you, you're now single, you went through this toxic situation, or you were the individual that was participating in this closed off, being in and out, and toxic relationship with someone, and this was you as the Knight of Swords. You know, this did happen. You know, it came out, was done, you know, and now you've worked on yourself, and you know that you no longer want to do that. And maybe you chose yourself, or maybe those relationships ended. I don't see that indication here, but I do see that there is commitment. There is definitely some of you that are going to take this relationship to a more committed, a single, one-on-one relationship. Now, you do have hope, and there is hope in this situation. This situation, there is hope. So if you're not dealing with someone and you are single, you are now open to the idea of commitment. Remember, we talked about in meditation and with the moon tree and with the relationship, someone here who might be single due to all these series of events that have happened or will happen and become single, you now are ready to open up to commitment, open up to love. You have the hope, you know, that you can start love again. And the Star card also represents destined love. You know, you're destined to be with someone, or you're destined to be with this one individual, not this third party fuckery. Okay? So, the Queen of Pentacles, okay? So for some of you that is, you know, wanting to commit or having hope for this other individual represents the Queen of Pentacles. You know, this is someone that is very generous, very supportive, affectionate and wise. This could be a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. Again, this could be male or female. So whoever you're looking to commit with, or to build a stronger commitment, or even possibly, you know, marry, this individual, again, this is also Aquarius, could be an Aquarius, and this person to you symbolizes someone that is affectionate, supportive, and wise. Or it could be that there is hope for this relationship to evolve with a Sagittarius or Capricorn. And again, it does not have to be these particular signs. I'm just led at this moment to say these signs because there is someone out here that this will resonate for. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is someone that's got their total shit together, okay? They've been through a lot of ish. They know how to, really overcome things. She or he is super reliable, and they can be very understanding as well. So I think there's going to be some understanding. There's going to be some strength. There's going to be some wisdom that comes out of this situation. Now we will go ahead and we will get some guidance from my Romance Angel deck here. And so what I'm hearing is that it's time to be receptive to love, to put the games aside. If you were a part of a situation where you were played, it's time to let that situation go and think about new possibilities of love, because you do deserve to be loved. You are destined to be with someone. You don't have to be alone and stay guarded because, the last person didn't do what he or she was supposed to do. You can't allow someone to determine your next phase in life because, they're not ready or they're operating in dysfunction. So let's get some advice here. What is the love advice for Leo? Woo! Popping right out. Okay. All right, so the first card is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Yeah, because listen, somebody here, you or them, is or was closed off. And that's why this person was in and out, because, and that's why this relationship couldn't be built on anything of substance. It was in and out because there wasn't time to get to know each other when you're in and out of each other's lives. So absolutely. And maybe that is the one thing that will repair the situation for those of you that are still in a situation. Take that time to get to know one another. And for those of you that are getting to know a lot of different people, you can't get to know anyone when you are dividing your time. You need to choose who it is that, is more of interest to you and get to know that person. That devil energy, that temptation, definitely has to die, okay? You don't want to be old and alone, and you don't want to miss out on an opportunity. They don't, or you don't, whoever is this Knight of Swords, let's get it together here. And I say that in love because, life is too short. And you don't want to be out here doing certain things and getting away with it, or playing with people's hearts, or getting played, or getting your heart broken when, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to stay in this energy. Now, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Now, when I get that card here, I feel like for some of you, there might be some differences. There might be some age differences. There might be things that have to do with the upbringing. There might be different type of upbringings that are conflicting in this relationship. And there might be some real cultural or religious factors that are in play here. And maybe that's why this in and out energy, because it's like, well, I'm really not supposed to be dealing with this person. This person is different than what was really said religiously. I'm closed off to them because of that. And then the devil is, energy is tempting because you really have feelings for this person regardless. Now, past life relationship. This could possibly be a past life relationship. You have known each other before. And this might be why it's so hard, why we're seeing this, all of this strain, this sexual tension, this bond, is because there is a past life knowing or union that you two share. So, and I also read that as, you know, soulmate, twin flame. And I mean, past life relationships are really hard to cut. Okay, and then for others of you, children, your life is being affected by children. So there might be an issue for some of you where, you know, children are definitely hindering this situation, or may have you staying in this situation, because for some of you, you may have children with this person, although you're not fully committed and in a relationship. You could possibly have children with this individual, okay? I'm going to pull one more. I usually don't pull so many, but I feel led to today, so we're going to go ahead and do it. What is... I feel like there's another message in here for someone. I just let the cards present themselves because, you know, Spirit's got to let me know what's going on here. It's not about me. I'm just the tool. All right. There it is. All right. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Absolutely. Because for some of you, this hasn't really come full circle. You're just looking at this individual as closed off. They're kind of in and out. And because you are under this trance of this, you know, charismatic, Knight of Swords, and, you know, you love the company of this Page of Swords here, you're not paying attention to the red flags. And for some of you, you need to pay attention to the red flags within yourself and see that there is an issue that needs to be taken care of here. Okay? So, this is the conclusion of your October 2018 reading, Leo. You know, I hate to say that I hope that this resonates with someone. This isn't a negative reading at all, so don't take it that way. It's just that there needs to be some real acknowledgement. There needs to be some healing, and you do need to really evaluate what you want out of this relationship, what you want, you know, for yourself in order to nourish this new idea. Don't, you know, think of bringing this person back into your life knowing that there was a lot of toxic situations between the two of you. You know, you really need to meditate on that. And if you are the individual that is struggling with this, you do need to make sure that you're coming to this person in the right way. You need to meditate. You need to get yourself together. You need to really know what a real relationship is made of, because you don't want to be bringing in any old residue, because if this time it doesn't work, it may never work. And for those of you that are single, you know, really take the time to assess what it is that you want, become that person that you want to come towards you, and allow yourself to align, you know, to attract what you already are. Okay, Leo? Again, there are several services I do provide: life coaching, wellness coaching, dream interpretation, and of course, personal extended readings. You can simply get that information down below to contact me to get more information on those services. I do appreciate you taking the time to tune in. I appreciate comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. I will see you again, Leo. Take care of yourself in the meantime, in love and light.